You read that title correctly. Today I am attempting something that might not even be possible. 100 max scores on Justice League Battle for Metropolis. This is easily one of the hardest challenges I've ever done in my entire life. And quite frankly, like I just said, I don't know if it's possible. This will be a test of skill. Do I know what to shoot and can I perform it well? Consistency. Can I do well whenever there are unforeseen circumstances like screens freezing, the vehicle acts differently, etc., etc. And endurance. Can I perform well when my arms get tired? Because I know that is going to happen at some point. I have 9 hours to do this. And how I was going to be sprinting this thing out, because obviously 100 max scores without a break is not feasible, because, well, there's no way in heck I would be able to do well without giving my arms a couple chances to rest. So what I was going to do is take a small coaster break every 25 max scores, and that way I'll be able to give me a chance to get on Boss and Mr. Freeze, maybe also Screaming Eagle, but I'm not sure if I want to trek all the way to the back of the park twice. This is going to be an awesome challenge, and obviously, as you can expect, I am rope dropping Justice League today, which is very rare. I'm going to need as many double maxes as I can in order to have the best chance of succeeding. So make sure you guys watch to the end so you can see if I get 100 max scores today. I also figured I'd start the vlog from outside the park and showcase this cool little addition to the sign. They just added this horse behind the Six Flags St. Louis logo, and this has to be in correspondence with the Grand Ole Carousel reopening recently. So I find this to be a neat little touch to the sign. You guys might be wondering how long I think this challenge could take. I'm expecting this to be an all-day thing because, like I've said a couple times now, I don't even know if this is a doable feat in 9 hours. Now, if I had 10 or 11 hours, then sure, I should be able to get that, no problem. But 9 hours, I'm not 100% sure about. If I can get it within 85 or fewer rides, I will genuinely be surprised, because I know it's gonna take at least 50 rides, and that's assuming I double max each ride, which I know is not happening. So it's definitely gonna take a long time. Once we get let into the park, it's straight to Justice League, and we'll see how things play out from there. I did some math to see how many I need to be averaging per hour. If I can get at least 11 or 12 an hour, we're in good shape. So let's do this. Man, we're off to a great start. A lot more double maxes like that are gonna be needed. Four rides in, and I haven't missed yet. 8 max scores so far. This is an incredible start. The first 4 rides I had were in car 7, and I did really well with that. The last ride I just had was in car 1, no such luck. The blasters were shooting way off to the side in screen 1, so they kind of derailed the double max right there. But at least I got 1, which if I can get at least 1 per ride, I'm happy. The second max will just give me a little bit of extra wiggle room. That way, if I happen to have a ride later on where I happen to miss maxing it the first time for whatever reason, which I sure hope that doesn't happen, because then I feel like the whole run's dead at that point. In the event that it does, I at least have some extra double maxes to give myself some extra leeway. I'm over 10% of the way there. This is going a lot smoother than I thought it would be, at least for right now, but then again, we're only 45 minutes into the challenge, so I imagine things probably get tougher from here on. Just had my first major blunder of the day. I missed the jetpack henchman in screen 1, so that kind of derailed my run immediately. That was the first time I would say a blaster not working the best got in my way, because my blaster wasn't working the first time. I was hitting it, but it didn't work. So sometimes things like that happen, but I can't let something like that completely mess up the rest of the run, which I'm still able to get it, but hopefully that doesn't happen again. That was so close to a double max. 994 with a second blaster. Really wish I had that, because that could very well be the one that cost me the 100th max if it gets to that point, which, I don't know, we still got several hours left. I am glad I got those double maxes when I did earlier, because the line's building up and it's making it harder for me to dual wheel. Finally got my 25th max score for today, meaning it is time for my first coaster break. That, of course, being Mr. Freeze Reverse Glass. So let's go give this thing a ride and see how it's running today. off of Mr. Freeze back row. That was my 100th ride on this for the year, actually, so that was kind of cool. Definitely felt a bit slower on the launch, and I noticed that we didn't go as high on the spike, but it was still a really good ride. Now let's get back to business and get some more maxes in. I'm starting to wonder if I should wait longer to take my second coaster break because I have just under 75 left to go and the park is only open for 6 more hours. So, I don't know, it's not looking too great. That jetpack henchman has screwed me over twice today. The first time my blaster wasn't working, so I couldn't really do anything about it. This time, however, the jetpack henchman cheated. I was hitting him so many times, like I think 10 times, but he still flew away. I just don't get it. I think in fact that definitely cost me a double max. So maybe next time we'll have better luck, but still, that is frustrating. My last ride was the first double max I missed because my arms were really sore. I was not able to shoot as fast with the second blaster, and that ultimately cost me it. So I definitely need to take a break for a while. So I'm gonna, I think, take a longer one, do Mr. Freeze, and then also Boss as well, and then come back to it. But I don't know, man. 100 max scores today, not looking too good at this point. Just did Mr. Freeze in the front row and it was really solid, and I saw that they just opened this pathway back up, so looks like we'll be able to get to Boss pretty quickly now. Did Boss front row a little bit ago, and it was awesome as usual. Might have been a little better than Mr. Freeze, but I don't know off the top of my head which one I prefer for today. After thinking about it for a while, I have decided that 100 max scores in 9 hours just isn't possible. I've decided to postpone it to a later date. When exactly that may be, I have not decided yet, but 9 hours simply isn't enough time to get 100 max scores in my opinion, and that's even with not taking breaks, which there's no way that was gonna happen because after my first round on Freeze, my arm started hurting. So I am doing that to not only keep myself mentally sane, but I also don't want to risk injuring myself because I feel like that could potentially be a possibility. So that's why I'm holding off on the 100 max challenge until a later date when I have more time. I'm gonna do Screaming Eagle because I'm heading up that general direction. And I actually haven't done Batman or American Thunder since my Virginia trip, and there are some coasters that I rode on that trip that are comparable to those two. So I'm gonna try and get on those after I do Screaming Eagle.
Screaming Eagle. Bye bye, meow.
Just got off a Screaming Eagle front row, and that was running okay. It was running pretty smooth today, I think, compared to my last ride, but in general, it still wasn't the best I've seen it run. I said I was gonna do American Thunder and Batman. I will be back here on Sunday, so I figured let's make this a 2-day vlog, so I don't think I've done that yet this year from this park. So let's see how many more max we can get on Justice League the last hour and a half we have here. Just got stuck on Justice League for, I don't even know what number time that is, but it happened first time today, I think, which I'm glad I'm not going for the 100 max challenge today because that would have definitely derailed me. That's what I'm talking about, a double max to end my night. Can't really ask for much more than that. Now let's review my ride count and see what I did today. My final ride count from the day was 41 on Justice League, 2 on Mr. Freeze, and then 1 on Boss and Screaming Eagle. Now let's jump to Sunday and see what that day has in store for us. Day 2 isn't starting like how I thought it would because we are in a weather delay. So naturally, Justice League is my first ride of the day. Who is this guy? First try, 4th screen double max. I've never double maxed it that early on my first try before. That was amazing.
See, anyone can take you. Anyone can. We don't have reservation. I don't think we do.
Justice League happened to be my 250th double max. That's crazy to think that I've already at 250 double maxes since I just got my 200th not that long ago. And as you guys just saw by the clips of Rookie Racer, these rides are starting to get ready to reopen. Obviously, I've seen Rookie Racer test. I've heard the startup sirens for Pandemonium, Boss, and Screaming Eagle, so hopefully pretty soon all these rides will be reopening. And then Mr. Freeze will be open sometime soon after that, if I had to guess, which that's still a weather phase away. All these other coasters will open before that. But since I'm over here at Boss, we'll wait for this to reopen, and then maybe go hit a ride on Screaming Eagle once that opens. I seen someone do a safety ride on this not in the very front row. The first test ride was in the second row, and then the second test ride was in the back row. I've never seen someone do a test ride in the back of the train, because I thought they had bags of lead in every car except for the front car, but maybe things are different now. But that was definitely an interesting observation. Just like that, the boss is open. Time to get my first coaster ride of today. Just got a trimless Zen ride on Boss, and it was awesome. As we were going around the turn of the mid-course, and by we, I mean I knew there was no way it wasn't gonna be trimless. It was going very slow, and sure enough, it went over the drop untrimmed, and I'm like, that was too easy. So, definitely coming back to this one later, because the park is actually open until 9 tonight, so might try for a night ride on this, or Screaming Eagle. I haven't decided which, although I haven't done Screaming Eagle at dark yet this year, whereas I did do Boss at dark at the end of June, so I'll figure out what I want to do when we get there. But for now, let's go towards Screaming Eagle and get a ride on it. just got off a Screaming Eagle and it was running awesome. Definitely better than my ride a couple days ago. And as you guys can see, Catwoman is sideways right now, likely because of that. We are back in Weather Phase 2, meeting Mr. Freeze, Catwoman, Colossus, and Skyscreamer are all down right now. I feel like it's only a matter of time before Eagle goes down, which actually, wait, I think it did just go down. They're sending the red train empty right now, so that's really unfortunate. All the outdoor coasters are closed, so I guess that means it's back down to Justice League. After I got my third double max, lightning struck very close to the park. I don't think anything's opening anytime soon. And heck, how is Justice League still open right now with that lightning strike? It had to have been no more than 5 miles from the park. It was very close. Like, I squint my eyes because of how bright it was, but this is not great. Why are there people actually in line for Justice League when the line is out of the building right now? They're insane for waiting in this. I have never, and I mean ever, had what I'm about to describe happen in the first screen. I knocked one of the crates on the ground in front of the dock, onto the dock, and blocked the jetpack henchman with it. I have never done that in my life, so that's a first right there. And as you expect, it cost me a double max, which I was afraid of that happening eventually because I saw the crates moving quite a bit as I shot them in the past by accident. I was not looking forward to the time where one would go onto the dock and block the jetpack henchman, but that just happened, so that's the first for me. I have not seen the line for Justice League all the way back here in a long time. I wouldn't be surprised if it's eventually through all those switchbacks down there and even out of the entrance. I saw they were getting ready to open Shazam, so maybe the weather's starting to get out of the area. I haven't done Batman and American Thunder since before my Virginia trip, so I think I might go wait by Batman for a while, see if that'll reopen, and then we'll see if Mr. Freeze will reopen, because I still haven't done that yet today. Worst case scenario, if I get on Batman and Freeze still isn't open, I could just go to American Thunder and get on that. When we get into Weather Phase 2, Batman and American Thunder should be reopening, and then Mr. Freeze should hopefully be opening pretty soon after, so let's go wait for Batman to open for a little bit. We're still in the weather delay, but I figured I'd give Pop Block a shot in their arcade. Just hit it for my first time ever, and that is in honor of Arcade Man, so glad if you're seeing this goes out to you, man. Looks like the park is coming back to life. Batman is now open, so let's take a ride on this and see how it compares to Alpengeist, which as of now, and I know this is a hot take, I much prefer Batman over Alpengeist. My 3 rides on Alpengeist this year were not great, with my 2 rides in the front being rough and my ride in the back being forceless. So I definitely like Batman more because usually it's smooth and intense. Alpengeist was either rough or forceless. I wanted to be smooth and intense, which it really wasn't that for me this year. So let's take a ride on Batman and see how it's running today. Just did 2 rides on Batman. First ride came in the back row, which was good. The whip was there, the positives were not though. I thought the positives were kind of lacking. But then I did it in the front row, and oh my gosh, that was insane. The pacing on that ride was absolutely unreal. It was going way too fast for its own good. That last inversion, oh my gosh, it tried to kill me. The intensity on it was absurd, and the whip on it felt identical to Afterburn's Corkscrew in the back row, which that is an insane element. The fact that Batman's second wing over was the exact same as Afterburn's Corkscrew in the back row from my experience, that's saying a lot. And I also thought it felt somewhat similar to overspeed rides on the Incredible Hulk with how fast it was running and the intensity. It was so nuts. That is definitely the best ride I've done today. But then again, I haven't done Mr. Freeze yet. I was gonna do that after Screaming Eagle, but then all the coasters went down again. So I'm gonna head over there. On the way, I'll probably do American Thunder, because if there's one thing I've learned is that GCIs run absolutely unhinged in the rain. That's where I've gotten my best rides on American Thunder, as well as Mystic Timbers. Some of my only good rides on it came when Joshua went last year. So I think I'm gonna get on American Thunder on the way to Mr. Freeze. much like Batman, I did 2 rides on American Thunder front and back in the rain, and it was awesome. Definitely puts Invader to shame, I tell you that would. Invader was not great when I rode it about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. This thing is so good when the tracks are wet. I think I like the front better because I have more airtime room up there, but the back was still an awesome ride regardless. Now it's time to go get on Mr. Freeze because I haven't done that yet today. It'll take a lot to beat Batman because Batman in the front row today was mental. So let's see if Mr. Freeze has what it takes to take the title of best ride in the park for today. To have gotten back on Mr. Freeze. I got 2 rides on it, front and back. I think the front was better because the back was quite slow on the trip out. The launch definitely felt slower than usual, and I almost thought we were gonna roll back, but we made it to the inverted top hat just fine, and then we didn't go as high on the spike either. So it was still really good, but I think the front has the upper hand for today. Now let's get a couple more maxes on Justice League, and maybe I should start marathon this a little early because at 8:15 or so, I'm gonna go get some rides on Boston, Screaming Eagle, and maybe do a night ride on each one to end my day. Quite the nice sight to see after being swamped earlier. My third ride I had in this marathon was absolutely absurd. 267 with a third blaster. I didn't even get a chance to switch to the third blaster in the 4th screen, yet I somehow got almost 300,000 with it. That's just absurd. So that's something to be proud of. I have decided that since there is no line, I am going to get my 2400 max score tonight. Even though this vlog was titled 100 max scores in one day, is it possible? The answer to that was obviously no. 100 max scores in one weekend? Absolutely. So let's keep going. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm trying to make it harder for me to double max. I still get it, no problem. Like, I'm just too freaking good at this. The first ride, I tried to make it harder. I didn't start shooting in screen 1 until the jetpack henchman came out. That didn't wield much of a difference. So then in the next ride, I tried doing that, but also not shooting in the room with the Joker animatronic and those green canister lights. Once I maxed out the first blast from screen 2, I didn't start the second one, and I didn't start shooting until halfway through screen 3 with the second one. So I'm trying all these crazy strats, and I'm still getting it. Like, I don't know what else to do. I'm trying to make it so it's not impossible, but the fact that I'm able to get it really consistently, even with these disadvantages I'm giving myself, it's just absurd. So I can't believe this is working. This is going far too well. It's very rare that a ride on this actually leaves me speechless by how well I did, but the ride where I got well over 300,000, bordering on 400,000 with the third blaster, that ride left me awestruck by just how well I did. In fact, I almost maxed the first one in the room with the Joker animatronic, which is absurd. I feel like a max that early on is just around the corner. And the Superman theme song is playing as I come out. That is a wrap. 100 max scores in 72 hours. That wasn't the initial challenge because I didn't get 100 in one day, but the fact that I got 100 max scores in one weekend is incredible. So I have no complaints about it. 4-screen double max, absolutely amazing way to end this challenge. We got an hour left till the park closes, so let's go get some rides on some other stuff like Boss, Screaming Eagle. I'd also do Colossus to get some shots from above. Nothing wrong with taking a celebratory ride on Colossus while listening to the end credits theme from Super Mario 64. The satisfaction that I feel for getting 100 max scores in 72 hours on Justice League, I wonder if that's how Super Mario 64 speedrunning legend Green Sweegie feels. If you know Mario 64 speedrunning, then you know that Green Sweegie is absolutely insane, and he holds 5 out of 5 world records. Those being 0 star, 1 star, 16 star, 70 star, and 120 star. Those are the 5 main speedrun categories, and he, as of when I'm recording this, he has world record in all of them. So, I've seen some of his gameplay, and he's a freaking beast. Like, there's no topping Green Sweegie, I feel like, ever in Mario 64. I'm not sure if the satisfaction that I feel is comparable to Green Sweegie getting 5 out of 5, or let alone beating his insane 16-star world record, which I believe is 1435 as of when I'm recording this now. He is trying to beat that with Fire CBLJ, which, if you know Mario 64, then you know more of what I'm talking about. But I imagine when he beats that record, if he does, he'll be, like, absolutely awestruck, even more so than what I just did with Justice League. There is a lot of speedrunning competition with Mario 64, whereas there isn't really anyone who has anywhere near as many max scores on Justice League as far as I know. Now, there could be someone out there who has like 20,000, but I don't know them, so who knows? Let's get some rides on Boss and Screaming Eagle to end out my day. Just got off a round 2 on Boss, and it was absolutely flying. Super fast in the first half, then the mid-course kind of wrecked the second half and trimmed very hard, so that was unfortunate. Now let's go up to Screaming Eagle and get a couple rides on that to end my day. opinion still stands that Screaming Eagle is the best night ride at Six Flags St. Louis. I got 3 rides, 2 in the front, 1 in the second to back. They were running Red Train, unfortunately, so I took a bit of a gamble on that last ride. I would have stayed in the front, but some other people came, and I figured I might as well try the second to back row on the Red Train at dark to get that extra ride, and thank goodness I did, because that thing is running so fast. Like, oh my gosh. My voice is gonna be shot tomorrow, because I was freaking out the entire time, because it was running way too fast, and every drop in the second to back row had crazy air time, which I don't believe how good it was running. So I definitely ended today with an absolute bang, that's for sure. Since I started the vlog in front of this sign, I might as well end it out here. My final ride count from today was 22 on Justice League, 4 on Screaming Eagle, 2 on American Thunder, Batman Boss, and Mr. Freeze, and then 1 on Colossus. In terms of highlights, those night rides I got on Screaming Eagle were amazing. Batman in the rain was awesome, same with American Thunder in the rain, and of course I can't forget my insane performance today on Justice League, where out of my 22 rides, 19 were double maxes. I don't think I've ever had so many double maxes in one day, especially compared to how many rides I got. So yeah, that is awesome. The ultimate question, how many rides did it take for me to get 100 max scores? The answer, 63. That is way fewer than I thought I'd get. I thought I'd have to get at least 80 or so to get it, even though I wasn't able to get 100 in one day. The fact that I got 100 within 72 hours is still pretty cool. And before I click on this video, please be sure to leave a like if you haven't done so already. Be sure to come away enjoy about this video, and be sure to share it with someone else you may know. If you're new to the channel like we saw, please consider subscribing for more content like this. I'd appreciate you subscribing and turn the bell on so you get notified every time I upload a new video. I also have an Instagram account with the pictures I take whenever I visit parks. Be sure to check me out there as well via the link in the description. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you later.